That's a statement. Could we DIY? Printing on socks would be quite difficult because it's a stretch material, so I wouldn't really recommend to just paint on it. Would we want to DIY? I don't see myself going like that to the gym though.
If this is your vibe, or this, then you're in the right place.
Honestly, nothing like Instagram Reels that I'm actually never on, but made me realize that upcycling is booming. And it does look a little bit like they might have made it a little bit too tight, that the buttons are sort of really tight and want to open. If you ever have the feeling it's all a little too tight, please don't do this. Instead, I saw a hack recently of someone placing like a little hook between every button, and it seemed to work pretty well. As you can see, I do like the idea of a little eyelet in the collar, and actually I had that as well in this one, the little rings through it. A very good idea. Apparently not as original as I thought. Another piercing through a blazer. You guys, these are the simple DIY. I don't know if I would do it on the front. I do like it very much on the back. Depends a little bit on the blazer, I guess. So you take an oversized blazer, but you might want to first pin a pleat in on every side to see how much you can actually take in with the carabiner. On this blazer, for example, it seems like they can't close it anymore, which might not be the effect that you want. I mean, you could even do that, turn that part where it closes to the outside. It would make it a little more fusion between like deck wear, climbing wear, and a blazer, which is a fun contrast. BB Fashion Week. Okay, I'm not a huge SpongeBob watcher. If you are, let me know. But the characters are up there. It's more the color combinations, personal style, and I like the posing. I mean, very elegant. Parsons thesis look. I'm just a little. I thought Parsons would be very.
You get the idea.
I will say, since I know all about the microplastics, fake fur just doesn't hit the same for me anymore. I mean, I never really loved fake fur because it's just very fake most of the time. So there's some very high quality ones, of course, that look more real, but not really healthy for the environment and not really healthy to wear.
If this is your vibe, or this, then you're in the right place.
I was gonna say, this gives me Japanese inspired vibes, but in the caption it also reads, I make clothes inspired by Japanese history, sort of minimalistic, traditional looks. It's looking well. Probably there must be some fabric spray paints where you can easily create some kind of effect like this. Let me know if I should make a tutorial. Add tape and then spray around it. If we're gonna be judgy, which hold my pincushion, the shirt has a really wide facing, which can be nice, but not when it shines through the fabric like that. If they would have made it just a few centimeters wider, we have the exact same size as where the seam goes, and it would have looked a little bit more intentional. Okay, if you've been on my channel before, you know I like a little strange material experiment.
Oh my god!
What is this material called? It's a little gatekeeping. They only want to tell the material in the DMs. But it almost looks like a packaging material that's melted or something. But comment below if you have any idea what that is.
No matter how many times I do an outfit check in public, no matter how many times I do this, it feels incredibly awkward every single time.
Do you guys love the outfit check videos? Because sometimes I also want to make them, but then again I feel like I don't even really enjoy so much these outfit check videos. People have style, we know it, but do you have a personality? Oh my god, that sounds so mean.
One of my favorite styles of bags to make are shoulder bags, and I love how this one came out so much. So for this piece, I decided to go with a light and dark blue denim. And when I was making this bag, my goal was to make a piece that looks like it's glowing, like has a glowing effect to it. So I created this really cool art design on the front and the back, and I used the light blue denim pieces and made them a little bit smaller than the dark blue to give it this really nice light LED look effect. And I think it looks really cool. And also while I was designing this, I kept saying this bag kind of...
Like when you see people sewing with this little sort of pin thing. I don't even think they're meant for sewing, but like it makes you straight away think like, okay, they know what they're doing. And you can see that in the bag. Like personally, I don't know if I would really start top stitching my bags with a contrast stitch. It looks lovely, but if it's not done right, it's not done right. You can do it in the same color of the fabric and you will not see when you go a little bit off. Turn around thingy, that is actually really cool. Ooh, looks like it's all like toile fabric to me. If you don't know, in fashion houses are still making these toiles. They're cool. So they're like basically samples of a really cheap basic cotton just to test the product and sample it, make adjustments, and sometimes a new sample has to be made. The more complicated the outfit, the more samples might be needed before you get to the end result. Yeah, I do know that when you are not so satisfied with one project, or you might have been a little too rushy with it, and you're like, I'm not sure this is gonna be it, and you just want to basically throw it on the side. Don't think about all the time you put in it and start something new again. Usually that ends up in never finishing the project, so it's probably a really bad idea. Wow, that's a really well-conditioned 1930s embroidery project there. Homespun linen tablecloth. I don't know, it's almost like a little bit of a waste to make such a shirt from it when it's that old. Or am I crazy now? That's almost like antique. I feel like this is an embroidery style that people are still doing. Like, it's sort of timeless. I guess we're getting a bit more appreciation for it now again. Oh, that's a good idea, I would say. I wonder if that is gonna fit on every shoe though. Mass-produced shoes are filling our landfills because they are just not made to last. That is so true. Once it's broken, usually it's really hard to repair. Like, you can just throw them away.
However, I would be a little critical of everything on Instagram that's being sold to you as a new sustainable egg of Columbus. This is about every second product nowadays. They claim to upcycle, but it's their own way. In my opinion, it's not the same as upcycling stuff that's already been out there. And is it really gonna promote the longevity of your shoes? Because mine are usually breaking on the inside.
I've been doing this bag with like silicone from the construction store. I've been thinking to do that on shoes as well. The thing is, I'm not sure if it's gonna stick that well. Something you wear every day.
Everyone wants a cosplay girlfriend until
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring.
I mean, if a little mess is gonna be the reason to not go into fashion, I feel like that's the last reason to not choose fashion. There's many more reasons why maybe I wouldn't recommend that. Maybe that's something for another video. Added an inner pocket in a jacket. Never done, but I also hardly ever have a jacket without an inner pocket. Wouldn't be my favorite hobby. Okay, I know this brand. It got a little more commercial probably. You see that with a lot of new fashion brands. At the beginning they really have to make a statement to get all that publicity out, really make a name for themselves. But after 2-3 years, it's all about selling. So you see them going a little more commercial often. Yeah, I did the corset shirt with hand sewing in one of my later tutorials. Check it out if you want to hand sew something a little bit in this vibe. It's a little more handmade and rough, but like pretty cool. Obviously, what's kind of making the whole thing is these closures. It remind me a lot of Dion Lee, for example. I think they do a lot with that as well. One of the best corset brands on the market right now. If you need some inspiration, check that out. Reinventing the corset almost. Really cool. These are darts. If you don't know, actually I did yesterday a little presentation on pattern drawing. There was only one person in the presentation to watch, but that was worth my while.
All these triangular cutouts that you see on the pattern are darts. They are meant to be sewn into the garment. There's a little pleat on the inside, give it the shape. What you see in the video is someone adjusting the pattern by cutting it in. This way you can move the dart to different positions without changing the shape of the garment.
Natural dyeing, actually. Someone's told me to do this. Never see these flowers here.
Brother,
But would be maybe a nice try. I wonder if that's gonna stay on the garment. I see these on Pinterest a lot, like jeans with like stars. That must be a pretty easy DIY. Let me know if I should do it. Ooh, I've seen those. That's really nice, with all this kind of nodding around it. They have a very simple outfit, like you can see, but when you wear a bag like that, you're done. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for DIY fashion, upcycling tutorials, and reaction videos now. Let me know what I should react to next. I will see you in the next one. Thank you to my Patreon for supporting the channel, and we'll see you soon.